Welcome back, friends and subscribers, and those who consider themselves both. I hope you had a good new year. I am out in the garage, in the workshop, and I have some projects I'm working on. I want to show you a couple of things today, but one of them is going to be this fun little mini review of this old 1941 table saw. That's my table saw that I use. I don't use it all the time, but when I'm doing these garage projects and around the house projects, I use this thing quite a bit. As you can see, I've been putting up some stuff here for the back wall here. I'm going with pegboard. I know that a lot of people don't like pegboard, but for me it kind of makes it to where I can move things around and get it set up the way I want. And I found some pretty good quality stuff. I'll show you that in a little bit. So I'm just going to be working here. I got a couple little projects I'm putting together. Probably won't show you the whole thing, but I'm making a small little tool crib for my drills and Makita saws and stuff like that. So I'm kind of collecting a few of those tools, and now I need somewhere to store them. I'm always tired of digging around the shop and looking for them, and I am probably the most disorganized person you'll ever know. So I'm trying to at least remedy some of that. So, well, I've never really showed this old saw on the channel. You guys seem to like those old vintage tool videos, and I like vintage tools, so I'll show you that and then kind of keep you updated on what I'm doing here. There's a lot of work. You can see that I got piles of stuff in my toolbox over here, but I'm kind of starting to get this arranged, and I showed you my tool bench, my $60 Sears Craftsman tool bench. That's pretty awesome. Still working good today, but I'm kind of dividing this up. This is sort of going to be my home work area right here, and then that's going to be my my mechanics, my work, my car automotive mechanics toolbox, as it should be. I kind of had everything spread around, and it just didn't sit right. Wasn't making any sense. So I've basically converted that back over to being only for automotive work, and then this is going to be sort of my home improvement workbench. I have some different stuff I'm going to show you on that you might be interested in if you decide to go pegboard. I just got these ordered in. They're a special kind of hook that I'm kind of evaluating and seeing how they work. So we'll figure that out together. But right now I'm going to make a little shelf, a little mini shelf to go on under here, and I'll show you what that's all about. All right, so this is my 1941. I think that's what the serial number said, if I read it correctly. Walker Turner cabinet table saw. I've had it for quite a few years. It has some advantages and disadvantages. One disadvantage is that it's really narrow, so in order to make this efficient and cut and rip big pieces of plywood, I need to put a table on there. So someday I might do that. I might even take off these wings and make something that I can set this on. The other thing is this bar. The fence guide, whatever you call it, with the measurements on it, the micrometer scale on it, only goes to 18. So I would probably want to move this over and get at least a 24-inch wide cut. I think that would really make this thing just killer. But as far as a quality saw, really, when they say they don't make them like they used to, this is what they're talking about. This thing is original. Other than a few mods and a few broken pieces, this handle down here, this dial that raises and lowers the blade, this thing was brazed on. Somebody broke it. Looks like an original motor. Looks like the original switch, which somebody put this little device on here that you can turn it on and off. That's actually pretty handy, and it's actually kind of an ingenious little mod that somebody did, but it looks to be the original switch because this is bolted to the cast iron table here. So it's a pretty cool little saw, and I'm gonna do some cutting on this 1/4-inch ply, and I'm gonna make it. Just needs to be pretty narrow. This is going to be the front face on this little shelf that I'm going to make. Let's go ahead. Looks nice. Oh yeah. Here, now stuff won't fall down behind the table. That's going to be great. Look at that. Pretty cool. Good stuff. Never have liked about the workbench that I had at the old shop is that, you know, I had a little pegboard section and a wall. And then I had I had this kind of old, workbench that came with the house, and I actually ended up leaving it there. I felt that was kind of a good tradition, so I just left the thing that was there that I acquired. So the problem I had with it was anytime I hung something up, like let's say a wrench or a screwdriver, you know, I had some of these kind of makeshift screwdriver holders and pegs like this, and I left a lot of them on it, to be honest with you, so because I didn't really like them all that much. But this is the problem with these, and you see how that they just fall out, you know, and they're just the classic pegboard hook. So they work okay. If you don't, you know, if you just want to hang something up there and leave it, but I'm always taking wrenches off the wall. They make these kind of stupid little clips that you can put around here, and they kind of work. You know, I used those on my last one, and it's like sometimes they would work and sometimes they just pop out for no reason. And I think these are a little bit more. Oh, battery's done. Sorry about that. That's a nice song. So they make these little clips right here, and they work pretty good. Looks like they've improved the design a little bit. They used to just be this kind of deal, and they would just pop off. So it's not a bad option. I think what I'm going to find is there's a reason to use both. So I'm probably going to use a combination of both of these kind of clips. But what I wanted to show you today were, let me get a handful. I got, like, I don't know what they call it, the master set off of Amazon, and it's like, I don't know how many pieces, 60 pieces or something like that. So the way these work, these are called Talon hooks. Talon clips. Talon hooks? Talon hooks. They're patented, I know that. So this would be a wrench holder, so or not a wrench holder, but a pliers holder. Let me grab a pliers here and see if it works. So you basically put this in, and you can, you know, hang a set of nice Knipex pliers off of that. These are great, best pliers ever. But they screw in, and so instead of having these weird clips and things dangling out and falling off, what they did is you basically hook it into your pegboard like this. You sort of lock it in like you normally would with a hook, and then you take if I can focus in on this. There you go. You take a screwdriver and you slide that pin in. Actually, you can just push these pins in. It's a lot like, you know, I have an old BMW E46, and they have a lot of these kind of pins in them that you just clip on and push down. That's kind of what these do. If you want to get them back out, you can unscrew it and move it. They seem to be pretty solid. I have noticed that, let's focus again, that these pieces right here tear up your pegboard a little bit. So just be aware of that. You know, it will tear into it a little bit, but not bad. You can move them. So I think that these are a pretty nice option. I'll show you how this works right now. And again, I have none of this arranged. I've literally just kind of thrown these up here to kind of see where things are at. So let me show you how this works real quick, just with this demo. But Also, yeah, here they give you like an array of, you know, different sizes. Here's kind of a longer single hook, a shorter single hook, and then the classic kind of emulates the wrench holders right there. So they give you an array of different pieces, and you can buy them singles or whatever you want. So I'm going to hang a couple up and kind of show you how that looks, and yeah, it might be a good option. Clip that in, and it kind of goes in. So it's, you know, you could theoretically rotate that out. Like I said, it does tear this up a little bit. It's not real ideal, but everything's a trade-off, you know. And if you want something solid, let's just push that in. And I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say that that's like super ideal, but it is pretty solid. You know, you could hang something off that. Let's hang, let's find something like a nice heavy piece of pliers off the end, you know. That wouldn't be what you'd hang on there, but you could do that. And it seems to be pretty darn solid. And so I'm going to try these, you know. They definitely don't, for things like wrenches and stuff, like if you put one of these on here like this, and you want to hang wrenches off of it, that's ideal right there. I'm going to unscrew this one. It pops right out. So that's kind of cool, and you know, you can move them around. I'm probably going to put some, you know, pliers up here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So the Talon hooks come with some screwdriver holders, and these are pretty nice, actually. Other than smaller ones tend to wobble around in there, so that's not ideal. But like the bigger ones, you know, I'll have to make a little block for maybe the stubbies. But that'll be nice. And then they got these longer ones that are perfect, and so they, you know, you don't have to. And they're in sets of 2, so you can put these wherever. I like these. These are pretty nice. You know, if you don't have a whole bunch of them where you have to double stack, you know, put them too deep or whatever, this is ideal. That's kind of my plan, is to have my, you know, a basic set of Craftsman screwdrivers here, and then maybe I'll have to make a little block down here for the stubbies so they don't wobble around. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Again, I don't have any of this stuff all organized, but it's slowly getting there.
I'm going in the backyard.
Well, we have to tell people, we have to thank people for subscribing to us on our channel.
And then we'll go out in the backyard.
It's kind of cold out, but maybe.
But
let's do that. Ready? Let's thank them for signing up for the channel and tell them to like and subscribe, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, we hope you guys have a good an awesome 2018. We really appreciate the support for the channel. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Can you say, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button?
Hit the like and hit the subscribe button.
There you go. Hit the like and the subscribe button. That really helps us out, and we really appreciate it. And if you don't mind, leave a comment in the comment section. I do my best to try to get back to you guys. So, with that said, tell them goodbye.
Tell them goodbye.
Well,
and
thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.
Talk to you guys later.